Hi, I'm Philippa McDonald, and welcome to a special series of interviews brought to you by Compass on enduring powers of attorney. Who should have an enduring power of attorney?
Any person can have enduring power of attorney in a situation where they can feel that they don't have capability to make decisions regarding their affairs such as financial, legal, medical or health and well-being. Especially for multicultural seniors, they may feel less capability because of their language and communication challenges. They may need support from a family member or a third party to make decisions on behalf of them. When they select a person to be their attorney, they need to carefully think about that, to select a person who they can trust and who can understand their wishes and what is important for them.
What are the barriers and misunderstandings around enduring powers of attorney?
Language and communication barrier most common among multicultural communities because of the less fluency in English, they can't communicate properly about their wishes or need, what important for them, and they don't know about what is enduring power of attorney and who can make that decision and what are the implications of enduring power of attorney, and they can't access information and also services because of the language barrier and communication barrier. And the second thing is that education and awareness. They don't know Australian systems like what is the legal system and how they can access solicitors, what the services that they can provide, and what is exactly enduring power of attorney and how the enduring power of attorney can help them to manage their affairs. So they don't have that information or lack of access to that information. And the other thing is that cultural values and norms and family dynamics and authoritative like who is getting the power to make decision in the family, whether it is limited to men, and sometimes women can't make decisions. So that's in that case seniors can feel like they can't make the decision to whom they can give the power to make decisions on behalf of them. So that it will prevent them from deciding who will be get the power to make decisions on behalf of them. The other thing is that they don't have access to legal institutions or solicitors because maybe affordability and the less confidence, and because of the less confidence they have a fear of getting in touch with these legal institutions, and they think it's not for them and it is for the mainstream community, and feel so like nervous of interfering with legal systems, and they have a reluctance to give the power to someone else, and they sometimes they like to keep it for themselves. And also for some cultures they think interfering a third party to their family affairs, it's not a like they don't like it, and they like to keep the power limited to their family.
Well, let's talk about that. What unique challenges arise in complex family structures and extended families?
Extended families, complex family structures means always like some from seniors from some cultural backgrounds, they are living with their children and their families together in a one house, and when they try to select a person to be their attorney, the rest of the children may feel it like anxious about that because of the inheritance. They always try to protect the inheritance, and selecting one child to act over their financial affairs. Rest of the children can may feel like it's a risk, perceived risk of their inheritance going to one child. So it can lead to family conflicts, and arguments, and sometimes if the decision goes wrong, rest of the children can say like, you didn't trust us, you didn't give the power to us, so we don't need to look after you. Or it's your decision. And so to minimize that conflicts and minimize the risk of like affecting the good relationship that the person already have, they need to have a good conversation before the person taking a decision to whom they need to give the power or select their attorney. So the person needs to make everyone aware about the decision, and as as much as get the agreement from the rest of the children, and also they can get advice from a third party and information how to do properly, how to select attorney for them.
How can elder abuse be linked to a parent's visa status?
Yes, parents are coming under different visa categories, and as I understood, they are the most vulnerable people because of the heavy reliance on their children that who are sponsoring them, and sometimes they need to bring money here because they are coming here for as permanent residents, and they may sold their old properties there and bring money. And once they arrived here, they don't know about the Australian system, and really like they are unfamiliar. And also because of the language barrier and communication challenges, they don't know how to access banks and other support lines. So they need to rely on their children, and they most of the time they give their money to children to look after, and that children can easily abuse them. Like financial abuse is most common problem among multicultural seniors. We are working with a lot of multicultural communities and seniors, and we always heard very sad stories about financial abuse. And because that's a social isolation, they don't have developed networks or relationship with other families or friends, and they get isolated once they arrive here. And the children can easily like exercise excessive control over them and take decisions on behalf of them without proper legal framework. And yeah, they are taking decisions spontaneously.
Tell us what can go wrong and what you've seen.
Because some examples there are, I found one parents couple in the temple. Then they talked to me, and they said like they came to Australia 10 to 12 years ago from South Asian countries, and now they are in the age of late 70s, and they gave all the money to their son to purchase a house, and they didn't know that the son addicted to drugs and gambling, and he lost everything. And then parents, where to go? They lost all their properties and everything, and no help, and they ended up living with the monk, sharing monk's food temporarily, but community is supporting now with food and meals and some medications. So another example, like a mom called me, and she had been experiencing financial abuse as well as verbal abuse, and she didn't want to take any decision because she thought that if she took a decision that her daughter will be in trouble, and also she may need to go back to country, like she will lose the visa status, and also that fear of being deported prevented her taking any action. And so many stories that people are sharing with us, and we try to support them.
Well, what recourse is available for older people who've lost everything?
Australian Multicultural Community Services, that we have emergency response support services like food, meals, and limited financial support to pay their bills, and also we connect them with service providers such as like Salvation Army, Senior Rights Victoria, and family violence support networks, and elder abuse prevention networks, as well as that Australian-wide like elder abuse help line and national debt line, and financial counselors, mental health counselors, or civil and administrative tribunal, and the other services available for them.
When you're looking at particularly parents who are coming to Australia to live, are you suggesting they need an enduring power of attorney from the start?
Yes, definitely, because when they feel like they have less capability to make decisions, it will be too late to make the decision. When they have the good mental health and capability to make decisions, they need to decide who is going to be their attorney, and they can assign the person, and they can postpone the time that power will come into enact, and they need to get the information upon their arrival to the country, or else they need to have that information when they retire, and because it's bring them peace of mind, because they know that they need to take that decision, and also for the attorney, they need to know, and they need to have a proper system to safeguard them. Otherwise, that other people can question them. Why did you take this decision? Why don't you take that decision? And it will lead to family conflicts.
So one of the benefits of an enduring power of attorney is that person, while they still have capacity, makes their wishes and their will and preferences clear.
Yes. And they don't need to give open power of attorney. They can, especially for multicultural seniors, they can select, they can be specific which areas they need the support, like only medication, or only health and well-being, or only financial matters. And that it will reduce the family conflicts and arguments, because everyone knows that this person is making decisions and this person is accountable for the actions they are taking.
What was your experience of bringing your parents from Sri Lanka to Australia? And what did the government agencies tell you about the benefits of an enduring power of attorney?
My parents came here in 2018 from Sri Lanka, and they are living with me. I supported them to communicate, and Centrelink, my aged care, hospital, and sometimes they couldn't understand whether I'm supporting to communicate, or I'm taking decisions on behalf of them. They questioned, like, are you taking the decision, or are you supporting with the communication? So, and they suggested me, you should have enduring power of attorney on behalf of your parents. Then I thought that my dad can make decisions, so if I take that authority or power, that he may feel less empowered, so I keep postponing that. But one time I felt my dad hospitalized, and I really had to make decisions on behalf of him. And then I realized how dangerous was it, because my siblings could have asked me, why did you take that decision? And they can question me, and because I had to responsible for every action I took at that time. So arranging enduring power of attorney was a peace of mind for my dad and myself both, and because then I know that I'm accountable, and there's a transparency and legal safeguard for me and for my parents both. And also it reduced the potential family conflicts and arguments, and it's good for the relationships that we have now.
And can I just ask you, you said to me that a number of the agencies like Centrelink and My Aged Care actually suggested an enduring power of attorney was in the interests of both of your parents.
Yes. So they discuss about the benefit of having enduring power of attorney, and they gave me some information how to arrange that, to whom I should speak, and all the information, however, was in English. And luckily, I could have gone through that. But I thought at that time also, if they can't read and write, what will be the scenario then? What could be the results? So that is why it is important to have the information in community languages.
How can we address fears of exploitation and abuse around enduring powers of attorney in the culturally and linguistically diverse community?
To address the fears and misunderstanding, first thing is the awareness and education. So we need to do awareness and education culturally tailored way, because we need to translate materials, resource materials, and all other resources in community languages. And education sessions also need to involve with community engagement. It should be localized, like we need to go to ethnic community groups and clubs and deliver the education and awareness sessions. And also we need to understand the role of community leaders. So because the community members, they trust their leaders, so we need to involve community leaders as messengers to bring the message to community members.
You're saying that one of the most effective ways of getting the message out is through community leaders and community media.
Yes, community leaders are the trusted messengers for community members. So we need to work in partnership with community leaders, and also we need to use different media like community leaders, ethnic radios, newspapers, and public libraries. And also we need to produce the materials in different mode, something like fact sheets, flyers, brochures, and videos. And people who has less literacy level, we can produce podcast and radio interviews, and also newspaper articles. So we need to try different range of ways to reach multicultural seniors. And also we need to establish services like specially designated for multicultural communities, especially legal institutions, solicitors from multicultural background. Then they feel confident to contact with them, because if we can recruit staff members, multilingual staff members, then that seniors may feel more confident to talk with them, and they may not feel like it's not for us and it's for only for mainstream community. So then they can get the support from these institutions. And also capacity development is really important, and we always focus on capacity development. When we develop the capacities with information and education, people can be independent rather than seeking support. They themselves can contact or access the information and services, and they will develop their confidence to act on their behalf.
So that's about tackling isolation.
Yes, yes, and develop networks, social networks, and support them to connect it with other service like local service providers, and they will receive the support and be more confident.
You have had a meeting of 90 community leaders. What kind of actions have come out of that?
Yes, we develop co-design workshops and with 90 community leaders and local financial counselors and solicitors. The aim was to develop multicultural leaders' capacity to identify, prevent, and respond to elder abuse. And we got a lot of learnings from that workshop. We identified that most of the participants, they had been abused without knowing, and if these people knew about that they are being abused, but they didn't want to take any action because they thought that if they speak out, their family members will be in trouble. And some people said that they don't want their community to know about these things because it will bring shame to their family, and they are very protective, and no, they don't need to take any action. And also they didn't know about financial counselors, who are they, what they are doing, and it's free or confidential. They didn't have any information, and we thought that we need to ask them, so how you need the support and which way. And we produce some resource materials with them, and we discuss how you need this information disseminate among you, your community. Then they said, like, we had a survey, and they said their first preference, they would like to have this information through their community leaders. Then they said ethnic radios and the newspapers, then the local libraries. So it is really important to create information and disseminate the way they like to receive the information. And also they mention, because of they mention that they trust on their community leaders and they like to receive information through them, we produce another innovative two projects. One is to train multilingual digital mentors to support these community members, and the other one is health and wellbeing ambassadors project. So for health and wellbeing ambassadors, we arrange a range of training sessions to how to support their community members. For an example, for elder abuse, we train them how to identify and how to support them to respond to elder abuse, and also including enduring power of attorney.
And is that also about community leaders facilitating family discussions, which might otherwise be difficult for that family?
Yes. So they would like to get the support from their community leaders rather than going to solicitors or legal institutions.
What's the case for an information kit for people who are coming to make their life in Australia, particularly on a parent's visa where they've had to sell up and bring all their money to Australia?
Information kit is really important, and they need to have that information kit upon their arrival to the country, otherwise too late, because once they arrived here, they need to know how to protect themselves. So, and also for the parents who have been living here, it is good to have when they retire. Same as in age of 50, we are receiving some information, health information, must do things. So same as that, we need to have this information when they retire. And information such as what is enduring power of attorney and what are the benefits, how should have enduring power of attorney, and also the implications of having enduring power of attorney, and for the person who are giving the power, and for the attorney, what are the boundaries and what they should do and what they shouldn't do, and also if something goes wrong, how to revoke, and from whom they can get the support to revoke the enduring power of attorney, and to whom they should inform about that.
What unique challenges arise in complex family structures and extended families?
Extended families means some seniors from some cultural backgrounds. They are living with their children and their families together in a one house. When the parents think that they need the support from an outsider to make decisions, that family conflicts can arise. So one example, like if they have 3 children living together, and when the parent think about one child to give the power of attorney, the rest of the children can anxious about that because of their inheritance. They can perceive a risk of inheritance to go to a one child, and they will be more very unhappy about that. And if their decision goes wrong, these children can think like, you didn't trust us, and we can't do anything now, and they may be more isolated, and there is a risk of affecting their good relationship. And also they need to really think when they select a person, they need to have a proper discussion with their family members, all family members together, get the agreement about the decision that they are taking. And also they can think whether I'm going to give the power of attorney to one child, or whether I'm going to give the power to all of my children.
What are some of the options you have in choosing an enduring power of attorney?
They can choose one child or several children together. If they choose one child, rest of the children may have conscious about that because of the inheritance. They are more protective about their inheritance, and they can perceive a risk of going their inheritance to one child, and they will be very unhappy about that, and it affect for their good relationship. Or else the parents can think about giving power of attorney to all of the children, and when they need to make a decision, they can discuss each other and get the best option for their parents. And also they can get an advice from a third party, maybe from a solicitor or legal institution, how to organize that and how to communicate with the children and arrange that.